Okay, so I'd like to share a few movies that I bought from Criterion recently. The first one I did not buy during the flash sale last month, but I did get $10 off because I had a coupon. And then the next two I did buy during the flash sale last month. Okay, so the first one, which I did not buy during the flash sale, as I said, is the Grand Budapest Hotel. It's the only Wes Anderson movie that I own, and it's probably now my favorite Wes Anderson movie, and the one that I am probably going to watch again, because most Wes Anderson movies don't really have a lot of rewatchability for me. I don't know exactly why, because they're fun, they're good movies, but typically, if I've seen it once, I feel like I've seen it. Like that's it. There's nothing more to see. There's nothing new that I can get out of it later on. This one, however, I think I can. It's very fun. Ray Fiennes probably plays his best character in this movie. It's very funny. It's very violent. I think it's the most violent of Wes Anderson's movies, but it still has that quirky Wes Anderson type of look to it because he has a very unique way of blocking a scene, with that really quick movement that you see from all the actors. Some of it I think is in editing, some of it is definitely on set. But when Willem Dafoe throws the cat out the window or he slams Jeff Goldblum's fingers in the door, it's very uniquely Wes Anderson. But this one, I'm probably going to watch it again, I think, at some point, because there is some rewatchability there for me. I think primarily because of Ray Fiennes, though. But the rest of the cast is fantastic. You've got the typical Wes Anderson actors, but he always adds some new people, which is the way you should do it. And all the Wes Anderson movies in the Criterion Collection actually kind of have this same sort of style with its artwork. It's very pastel looking. And I think most of them have this look inside. I think where it's just this little envelope thing. Oops. Nothing really, really fancy, and all the stuff just goes right on top, just places right on top of the disc, which is not my preferred type of packaging, but it is very nice. It's very clean, which is one really nice thing about Criterion. All right, so the next two I did buy during the sale, and I also got $10 off because I had another coupon from them. And the first one I bought mainly because the cinematographer is Roger Deakins, and John Hurt is in it. And that's 1984. Now this one, I learned something interesting here because I just watched the little interview with Roger Deakins, and he was saying that he and the director wanted to originally photograph it in black and white. I'm not quite sure why they didn't do that completely, but they decided to use a process where you've got sort of half and half, and I can't remember exactly what the process is called, but it's something that was invented by, I think he said it was someone who was a chemist and then he became a cinematographer, or he was both at the same time. I think it was chemist and then cinematographer, and it was a process. You can buy film like this now where it's sort of half and half, but it probably has something to do with the chemicals that you rub onto the film when you're making it. But it allows for it's on the negative, not on a print. It goes right on the negative. And so it allows it to have a very dull, kind of monochrome look. It isn't exactly because it's 50-50. And like you said, though, you get really nice, sharp, crisp shadows. And so I was wondering why this looked the way it did, and there you go. It's very, very cool, and all the stuff in it, of course, was done in camera. No major visual effects. Everything was either rear projected, or there were some things that were done. It was, I think he said it was like you would have screens next to someone who's speaking, and they were painted with substance, I think, just so you would actually have something for the actors to react to, but you get a more organic reaction than you would if you just used blue screen. But this is a pretty good movie. I like this. I don't know if I love it. Roger said that of all the movies he has worked on, this is probably his favorite, at least as a movie is concerned. I don't know. I liked it. It was good. It was pretty good. I like John Hurt, and I'd probably watch it again. But it's, not awesome. But the third one that I bought, I remember I was talking to a coworker, and he said that this was a really good movie, and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably buy that, because I haven't seen it, and it isn't on the Criterion channel. That's important. I try not to buy movies that are on the Criterion channel, unless I've seen them already. So, for instance, I watched The Passion of Joan of Arc. I really, really liked that, so I bought that one. But usually, if I buy a physical copy, it isn't one that's on the Criterion channel, which is not incredibly hard to find because a lot of them aren't on the Criterion channel. Anyway, so the movie is Roma by Alfonso Cuarón. This one is in black and white. It was shot digitally. It's one of 3 Alfonso Cuarón movies I have. This, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and Children of Men. This is very good, very nice, kind of a coming-of-age movie, which Alfonso Cuarón likes to do. That's why he was such a good fit for Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Specifically, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. He probably would have done a good job with number 4 as well, but anyway, that's not the one I'm talking about. But this movie, or this edition, has a very similar packaging to Grand Budapest Hotel. It's kind of hard to get I've found it's really strange, but it's kind of hard to get this out. It's also kind of hard to put this back in, which is weird. It's almost like this is slightly too tall. Not exactly, but almost is. But it's basically the same. You just got this little envelope here, and then you got this really thick book, which is nice. Criterion's very good with their books. Very nice paper, very thick, but it just, sets right on top of the disc there. Very much like Grand Budapest Hotel. Not my all-time favorite type of packaging, but very nice, very clean. Criterion's very good with their packaging. Okay, so there are my 3 latest from Criterion, and I'm definitely going to pick more up when Barnes & Noble does their sale, because I usually prefer to buy them in the store. I'll buy them from Criterion, when I have a coupon, maybe when they have a flash sale, but usually it's just 1 or 2. When it's at Barnes & Noble, that's when I'll get like 4 or 5, something like that. All right, so hopefully I'll get a few more in July, and thank you for watching.